This is William Michael of the Classical Liberal Arts Academy, and in this video I'd like to walk students through Lesson 5 in the Academy's Elementary Grammar course. In Lesson 5, the subject that we're going to study is quotation marks. So let's walk through this lesson together and learn about quotation marks. At the beginning of the lesson, we read, "The man yawned and said, 'How sleepy I am! How sleepy I am!'" In this sentence, we see marks written at the beginning and the end of the sentence. Look at these marks. We see them here, and we see them again over here. These marks are called quotation marks. In this sentence we read, "These marks are placed before the words that the man used and after them." You can see that the marks are actually different. I'll write them here to make them a little larger. The marks used at the beginning of the sentence are shaped like C's, like that. And the words or the marks used at the end of the sentence are shaped in the other way, like that. These are called quotation marks. Let's learn the definition of quotation marks below. We read, "Quotation marks should be used in writing when we quote the exact language of another person." Quotation marks should be used in writing when we quote the exact language, the exact words that another person said. I want to skip down a little bit to this point down here. We read, "When we state what another person says without using his exact language, the quotation marks should not be used." So we should only use quotation marks when we're writing something that someone else said, but we're writing the exact words that the person said. If we're just telling someone what someone else said, but we're using our own words, then we should not put those words into quotation marks. Quotation marks should be used when we quote the exact language or the exact words of another person. It's okay to tell someone or write what someone said, but not to use their exact words. But if we do use their exact words, we should show that we're using their exact words by putting them in quotation marks. Quotation marks tell a reader that these are the exact words that this person said. Let's look down now to the exercises at the end of this lesson. You're told to use quotation marks and capital letters properly in these sentences. So you're given 4 sentences, and you have to read the sentence and ask, where should the quotation marks be placed? You have to place the quotation marks in the right place, and you also have to make sure that capital letters are being used correctly. And we have to go back up to study one little point that's made in this lesson. Let's go back up to this point right here. A quotation should begin with a capital letter. A quotation should begin with a capital letter. Now, the reason why a quotation should begin with a capital letter is because we're probably quoting a sentence that a person said, and because the sentence should always begin with a capital letter, then the quote should begin with a capital letter. So for the exercises, use quotation marks and capital letters properly in these sentences. So for the first sentence we read, "Did your mother send you?" said the merchant gruffly. "Did your mother send you?" said the merchant gruffly. And when we look at that sentence, we see that the merchant was the one speaking. The merchant was the one speaking, and what he said was, "Did your mother send you?" Did your mother send you? So we should put quotation marks before the merchant's words, and we should put quotation marks after the merchant's words. "Did your mother send you?" said the merchant gruffly. And after "send you," because this sentence is an interrogative sentence, we should add a question mark after the word "you." Did your mother send you? Question mark. Said the merchant gruffly. So that's what you need to do for exercises 2, 3, and 4. These shouldn't be very difficult, but you need to read the sentence, determine where the quotation marks should be placed, then consider whether the first word that's quoted should be capitalized, and also make sure that the punctuation looks correct. That's all for Lesson 5 in elementary grammar. We learn about quotation marks, we learn when quotation marks should be used, and when quotation marks should not be used. We have 4 simple exercises to complete, and then I'll provide an online assessment to help test your mastery of this lesson. I hope that you find this to be a helpful walk through this lesson as you get started in Lesson 5. If you have any questions, please contact me. It's time now for you to study this lesson for mastery on your own, complete your lesson exercises and assessment, and then move on to Lesson 6 in the study of elementary grammar. God bless your studies.